Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Thanks for joining me on my photo editing live stream where you can submit your pictures and we go through and edit them and just have some fun. Primarily I use Olympus Workspace, but sometimes I need to go in the Lightroom, but that's not too often. I think I saw one today. It looks like an infinity photo image, so I'm not sure. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll have to open that up if my 7-day trial hasn't run out yet. And also, I usually put a picture out that you guys can edit from one of my images. It's always fun to see what you guys can do. And this image I sent out this week was of a vacant house, and it was a fisheye. So I challenged everyone today a little bit because I think a lot of you come back here every week and are really good at photo editing. So I wanted to challenge you just a little bit with a fisheye image. So it'll be fun to see what you guys did with that, but I've downloaded the images, so I just need to arrange my screen because I did change the setup here a little bit. All right, let's start with the first one. How many we got today? Not too many, so I don't have to do my 2-minute edits. And we have a beautiful landscape here from Rolf Roop. Rolf Rupke. Okay. Neo, wow, it's been a while since I've seen you. Well, no, you're here every week. Never mind. Thought to be fun. Good. Hi. Let me look at this full screen. A little dark, so you're definitely exposing for the highlights here. So we need to push the shadows a little, right? And crop in. Hold on. I need some more water. I'm a little cotton mouth all of a sudden. All right, this is nice. I think I'm gonna crop out the grass and the sidewalk and just focus right in here. So we're gonna do a wide crop. And maybe a 16 by 7. Just come in right there. And then I need to straighten it a little bit. I mean, I know that it's a hill, so it probably is straight, but it looks crooked to the eye. I'm gonna do that. And then see what picture mode you use. Natural. Oh, let me look at the EXIF here. It's always fun to see what people are shooting with. EM5 Mark II with a Leica 8-18. Awesome lens. I've been thinking about that lens. But since, you know, the Olympus 8-25 is just taking forever, and this has a 2.8 at wide open, I think the 8-25 will be a straight up f4. So f9 at ISO 200. 1/100th of a second. I'd have probably shot f5.6 with a faster shutter speed personally. And you're shooting at 10 millimeters. Okay. But otherwise, really good settings. I think all I have to do really is play with the tone curve a little bit. Let me add some dehaze first and some clarity for the clouds. Just to make them really punchy. I mean, it's just my taste is to make the images really punchy. Not everybody goes for that. Oh, I gotta speed up my computer. It's taking forever to render things here. Let me go to turbo mode. And I forget, somebody emailed me or sent me a message in my form about the laptop I chose and everything. And I responded. I forget who it was, but I'll have to do a video on photo editing laptops because there's a lot of criteria that went into my decision on that as well that I should share. Might be helpful, you know, like the monitor advice I gave. All right, let me mess with the tone curve. We're gonna bring the shadows up. So maybe pull, get rid of this. Oh. I'm like the worst landscape editor ever. Pull up to there, but then pull it back down this way. Add some, have any color control? I got none. So let me do, oh, you know, this might be better. Let me do an auto gradation and then work with the tone curve differently. So let me reset this. And now I can get a little, I can work with this a little easier now. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I don't have the mic exactly. Let me put it closer. Because it doesn't matter if you guys see the mic, right? All right. Yeah, I like this a little better. And I wish I could do something about the blue in here. Let me try it this way. I pull the blues up a little bit more and pull the shadows down. A little more yellow. So it's a little warmer in the front. Okay. I think that's all I would do for a shot like this. Let me look at it full screen. Oh, this is a golf course, duh. They're all so well manicured. I wish I had a little more control over the blues up here. You know who's really good at these tone curves is Wudang. Wudang Academy. He always has good advice on what to do with these tone curves. Let me see. And add a little warmth up there without killing the shadows. Let me try the green channel. All right, I think I'm done. So let's do it before and after. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Dave's right. The shadows, I'm not crazy about the shadows here. They're a little bit too strong. Let me go back to the tone curve. All right, I think that's all I can do. So yeah, that looks all right. Nice clean edit, nothing too crazy, right? I think I need to fix this green. Get rid of this pin. Yeah, I'll leave the green alone. All right, now I'm done. Okay, final answer. There we go. The white balance can be just a tad warmer. All right, let's go to the next one. So thanks, Rolf. That's a standard edit, right? Nothing fancy. Just a basic edit to bring the shadows up. But a more hardcore edit, I would definitely work on the blues in the sky to have a little more punch. Okay, Torm, we'll see you. Enjoy dinner. All right, let's see. This is from Bob. I knew it. I knew this would be from Bob. Let's see what lens you used. Yeah, the 14 to 54. Par for the course. Thanks. That was about a par shot on the. That's an excellent analogy, Bob. That's right. Par for the course. Not exceptional. Just par. Wow, let's see. The sky is totally gone. I like this tree in this pond. So I'm gonna go with the vertical and just minimize this sky. The 1/400th of a second, f6.3. Yeah, perfect exposure settings. But I'm gonna go vertical on you. That's too tight. Let's try 3x4. Luminar. You and Luminar, Dave. Maybe I can cut the tree off? No. Let's see how that looks. Might have to cut the pond off a little. It's okay, we don't need to see the whole pond. Whoops. I think that works. And let's do an auto gradation to bring the tree out. And then work with the tone curve again. Let's try some dehaze. I'm starting to get a feel for dehaze. Like, I like to apply it before I start messing with the tone curve. Because it does kind of add a ton of contrast. And I don't want to overdo it. Alright, let me see if there's anything in the sky left. Sky is nice and blue. So let's do that much there. Do I have any color control? Please, please let there be. Alright. So let's crank up the blue saturations. And then turn the luminance down on the blues. Like so. And then let's shift the greens to be a little more yellow. Because what I'm trying to do is warm up the image without losing the blue sky. I think that helps a little, maybe a little more. That might be too much. All right. Let's just say he blew it. Okay, let me work with the tone curve now. And this tree is really dark all in here. I'm gonna put a pin here and a pin here. Whoops, that's the green channel. So yeah, we're still in this. So let me put a pin here. See if I can raise that up a tiny bit. Yeah, nature, I'm with you. I'm not liking this corner too much. It does feel a little bit cut off. I might have to go with a square crop. That might be a better way to go. Then add a little contrast. There, okay. Yeah, let's recrop this. Let's go with a square. And then crop in. Because this tree is pretty nice too, this little one. Yeah, that I think that works better. And let's do a slight vignette. And then do a soft focus. Maybe the soft focus is gonna suck. Hold on. No, I like it. I like it. I know a lot of people hate the soft focus, but I like it. Because now I can pull the shadows in. And right there. Let me see what's going on with the blue channel again. Let me just crank these up to +7s. And all of these way down. Not the blue and green really go well together, ironically, but... Okay. A little harsh in the corner, so maybe no, because of the vignette. Tone that back a bit. And now I'm done. So let's let that render. I mean, I actually I like the crop of the original too. Maybe just go. Maybe just stick to 4:3. Let's stick to 4:3, but just come in just a little bit. Oops, that's 4:3. All right, I think that works. Needs to render. I mean, the vignette can kind of take it or leave it, but I think I went a little bit too harsh on the yellows. Let me pull those back a little bit. Yeah, Plato. Nothing really wrong with the original crop. I like the vertical too, but I think I prefer this crop after all said and done. Oh, hey Rick, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm glad you pulled through that all right. Thanks for dropping in to say hi. Everybody, Rick Bear is here. If you guys, a lot of you guys know Rick Bear. He's been an awesome participant here, but he's also been an awesome help to me and my channel and my photography all these years. So I really appreciate him coming in to say hi. So thanks, Rick. Good to see you. All right, there's my final edit. All right, let's go to the next one. Does anyone see Rob as Bob Ross of photography? Beautiful little crops. We were talking about Bob Ross today at the photo club. He's actually local. His family has a local shop here where they keep all of his paintings that he made on the show, and there's always 2 or 3 copies of the one painting that you see him do on screen. But I think they were saying he does 1 or 2 before he starts the show, and then he does it again when he does the show. Okay, so Dawood's always a regular contributor here as well. I see what you're doing here with this line here and here leading up to this flag. So I feel like this building, as much as I like this building, it's out of place with the sort of how your eye is drawn into this flag. So I'm gonna crop it maybe tighter. something in this. Oh, I don't know about this lamppost. Your lines are almost perfect here, which makes me very happy. It feels a little bit too tall, and there's no reason for it to be this tall. So let me go 4x3. And drop it way up. There's a little more room here. Yeah, then a slight skewing error. So we'll crunch it in this way. Just a bit. Actually, let's do it this way. All right. All right, good. I think that's the composition I'll go for. And for colors, lots of good colors in here. Let's try auto gradation again. Shouldn't the whole of the curve be kept in the in? I felt like it was just too much foreground. Yeah, a little less sky maybe, right, nature? I'm kind of with you on that. Let's bring in the foreground a little more. I'll go back and crop it again. Yeah, less sky. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe less grass too. That's a heck of a crop. That works for me. Just a slight tilt. That's maybe too tight. It's okay. We'll come all the way out. All right, this works for me. Now, we got good gradation. Let's just a tiny bit of the haze and some clarity. I need some more gradation. More. Heck, let's just go 100. All right, good. And tone curve doesn't need much work, if any. Pull up a little bit in the middle. Pull down here. Pull up here, and then this sky is a little bit too teal. I don't know if I can, let me work with the tones on the sky. Let's make it less teal. Okay, that's better. A little bit less here. And let's pull the luminance down a little bit. Maybe a tad more saturation. No more saturation. That's starting to bring in a little bit of grain. All right, now what else can I do here? Maybe what am I missing? What's the EXIF on this? 1 plus A303. Is that a... This is a cell phone picture, I think. I think the 1 plus is a cell phone. Especially with this focal length, that sensor size is really small. But okay, I think that's it. Let's do a before and after. So yeah, to me the composition was the biggest challenge with this. You know, this building here just is got nothing to do with the image really. Other than this flag belongs to that building. But again, another sort of par edit, right? Nothing special, but definitely brought out I think everything that needs to be brought out. You know, the only other thing that might make it interesting is like a vintage filter or a bleach bypass. Let me look at one or two of these. Yeah, I like that. I like this vintage. I don't even need to bother with bleach. So final answer. So the one on the left looks like, yeah, just a regular snapshot type picture. I think the one on the right now is a little more interesting, more postcard-like. Now it looks like a postcard image, right? Somebody said they like this building on the right. Who said that? Oh, you like the curve in the original. Yeah, this curve definitely had some visual interest, but I couldn't frame it in a way to keep it interesting because all this grass here is ugly. So I just had to get rid of that. But I think that's where I would go. Oh, thanks, Rick. All right, let's move on to the next one. That was a good shot, Dawood. Thank you for sending that. Always happy to get your input or get your submissions. Arthur Leyenberger. All right. What do we use here? This is a EM5 Mark III with a 12 to 45 f4 Pro at f4.5 ISO 400. 1/25th hundredth of a second. So yeah, you could easily shot this at an ISO 200 and cut your shutter speed in half, unless you were trying to catch a bee flying or something. Like if you're trying to catch an insect flying into this plant, these settings are perfect. But if you're just trying to get this plant, then yeah, I would have shot at ISO 200 instead. Wow, this is what is all, are these bugs inside this plant? I mean, there's one here, and I think these are more bugs. And we have this corner. Okay, what I want to do, I think I want to try and add a little separation to the background. I mean, there's a nice blurry background, but I want to add some more separation using lighting and color. But the problem is everything is kind of green and there's a tiny bit of reds in here. So maybe, let me just put a pop art filter to see where all the colors are. That might have done it. Now this gives me the separation I want. It's darker and really pushed out some of the colors. That was a lucky shot there. I wasn't expecting to do that much. That did most of the work for me. Now we just have to work on composition. Compositionally, there's just too much empty space for this one tiny subject. So let's do a square crop. That'll take care of a lot of the empty space. And We'll just keep this one tree here. That feels weird. Oh, Arthur, you're here. Yeah, it should have been 200. 200 would have been better. Like I said, unless you were trying to catch some insects flying around it. We need to put some sharpness back in. And we'll turn off this noise filter. Alright, we're almost there. This crop, I'm not crazy about this crop though. I'm gonna come up here and then add some vignette. And it's a little bit too green, so I'm gonna take some of the green out. I can either do it with white balance or I can do it, let me do it with hue. So I can go tiny bit more blue. We'll shift this and then we'll shift these to more yellow. And I want the reds to be stronger. I'm going to crank up the red all the way. Yeah, the diagonals leading into the subject, I get that, but I don't think it worked in this image. Yeah, I know, you're trying to get this diagonal in there, right? I'd like to go up higher. But I'm losing this one tree. I don't like this stick over here. This stick is a little distracting. That's kind of why I went with this crop. Oh, what is I didn't even look at the camera. Oh, it's an EM5 Mark III. Yeah. So I don't know if I can tilt this though. Let's see what happens if I tilt it, if it jacks it up too much. Kind of a Dutch angle, but see if I can do a little better job on the detail here. Okay. Maybe a little tighter. All right, final answer. Give it a second. I think I just froze up Workspace. Hold on. Yeah, you pretty much nailed the focus, Arthur. Oh, come on. Workspace froze up on me. Let me try. Let me try again. Okay. And this one. Did it lose all my edits? Oh, seriously? Everything I just did? All right, I can get there back pretty quickly if it doesn't crash. I didn't do anything other than a few color tweaks, right? All right, I think that's where I was, and a little vignette. All right, final answer. There we go. So yeah, basically just focusing on the bugs on this plant, right? And then just adding a little more separation by darkening the background. I should crank up the reds a little more, but I think, and a slight shift in the green. I didn't do that. Let me shift the greens a little bit more blue, and these a little bit more yellow. And now we're done. So final answer. And a little vignette to taste, but that's what I would do with this image. And if we look at it by itself, I think it'll stand out more. Right? Just added a touch of sharpness artificially, and then separating the background and a tight crop on the bugs, and we're done. All right. Thanks, Arthur. Oh, thank you, Christian. Thank you, Nature. I try. Thank you, Dave. Let's see. Wow, look at this. I love all these little toy cars and vehicles. The thing is, it's just half a picture because this side is blank, so I'm trying to think if there's some way to use that empty space. I'm not sure that I can. So I like how everything's lined up. It's like a total mess over here, but then it's nice and clean, empty over here. Yeah, the dead space here on the left. I feel like there's a juxtaposition of just total mess. I don't think this is the right subject though, but I could see where, like, if you have this kind of juxtaposition of like a total mess on one side and totally clean on the other, it could be an interesting story. But in this case, I don't think it works. It kind of does, but not quite. So if I were to crop in, let's do a tight vertical. Maybe just right there. Let me see if I can save the car, save that angle. Let's try that. No, I don't think skewing would make everything else look wonky if I tried to skew it. It's a Fiat. A Fiat, yeah, I guess this is a Jeep, but it's made by Fiat, right? I feel a little bad for cutting these things off. Come down. Maybe just get the whole... No, that's a terrible crop. Let me try one other thing. Am I getting enough junk in the picture this way? Oh, I like that a little better. Maybe up here. No. No, 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 no. Right in here. I'm gonna go with this. And then a little bit of straightening. Like so. And an instant film filter. And a small piece of the corner would be all right. Yeah, maybe. Maybe right to there. The instant film filter doesn't look good here. I mean, I'm trying to make it kind of fun because of all the toys in there. And Bob thinks we can get rid of the roof, so I'll have to go a little wider and try it this way. I don't know. I think I like the square crop better. Hey Trevor, how are you? Move over here. I mean, the square crop or this crop, either one is okay. This one at least captures the rest of the house. Let's look at the before and after real quick. Why does the original look like it's cropped? It wasn't cropped. Huh. Workspace is acting up again. It's not giving me the original image. Because the original image had all that dead space, but that's okay. I'm just going to tone the, I'm going to give it a little bit of punch here and then turn the contrast down and I'm done. Wow, this is a tough one. I didn't really capture the kind of fun part of this image too well. I'm not really that, golly, I'm just sucking at edits today. Well, some are okay, but this one's really hurting. The toys are more reliable than the car. This is from Sfius, SF Sice. Honestly, I don't know what to do with this edit. My biggest challenge here is the composition. That's kind of okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. That's all I can do with this one. I really wasn't able to capture kind of the fun aspect of this picture. It's just something about the composition is just not working. But okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, SF. I tried. Couldn't get anywhere with that one. All right. Let's see, this is from Randy. Wow, this is a great cat. God, Randy, this is probably your what? Your EM1X and your 300 F4 Pro, or your 40 to 150 Pro. Let me see. 60 macro with your EM1. So you weren't even using your best stuff. You were just using your normal stuff. God, this lens is so sharp. Crazy sharp. Yeah, the red car causes the problem nature. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go very tight on this one. And maybe a little bit more. All right, I think that crop works. A slight tilt. I like the eyes always to be kind of level. Meaning, you know, kind of level here. Now let's see if we can bring the eyes out. I have any color, I have no color control, dang it. So maybe clarity will help. And let's warm it up to about 6,000. And put some gradation in. And then we'll hit the tone curves. Let me pull the sharpness back in. Right about there. I gotta bring the eyes in. Let me see. I might be able to do it. Let me see. The eyes are right in down in here. If I pull this down, tiny bit. A little bit more tilt. Some vignette. Soft focus. Soft focus sucked. A little bit less on the tones. I don't want it to be too harsh. All right, let me look at before and after. Yeah, there we go. I mean, the cat is kind of half laying down and half looking up, so that's why it's kind of a weird pose, right, for a cat. But hopefully I brought out the eyes the best I can. I would probably brush in Lightroom, like a little more brightness on the eyes and saturation. That's what this needs. This needs just a little more magenta. And hair more saturation. Yeah, all right, now I'm done. Final answer. I think that looks good. I probably should brush that out though. I don't know if this is gonna work. Eh. Okay. All done. Give that a second to render. I just didn't like these lines here. It was a little distracting. But there we go. Beautiful shot. Well done, Randy. Really nice. Really nice shot of the cat there. Ooh, okay. What a catastrophe. You guys. Seriously, you guys are all professional comedians. Oh, I like this. Wow, what is this? This was taken with something. This is so sharp. EM10 Mark II with a 12 to 40 f2.8 at f5.6. 1/25th hundred of a second. Man, this is a perfect exposure. Joni did this, man. That is a... You nailed the exposure. I mean, you saved the highlights and you didn't crush the shadows too much. Just compositionally, I think we need to go vertical again. And just capture the tree. Like so. Try 4x3. And come in. Yeah, that works. And pull a gradation in. Yeah, we lost the top of the tree, right? What are you gonna do? I think Joni was trying really hard to keep the plane of focus completely straight so there wouldn't be any crooked lines, because this is perfectly composed. I can imagine the level meters are perfect, right? Green and green on the vertical and the horizontal level meters, and that's why we sacrificed the top here. But you could have like tilted up a little bit to get the rest of the tree, then we could have done just the skewing in post-processing to fix it. Branch manager. All right. We did gradation, so now we just have to do it with the curves. I'm debating black and white, then silhouette the tree, because I don't think there's enough left of the tree. Or soft focus. Let me look at that. Do I have any color? No, I don't have any color control. So I might have to go black and white. Oh, use the portrait. Let me try vivid. Yeah, I'm gonna go black and white. There just isn't enough. I mean, green and blue, I'm just never been a fan of. So I'm gonna go black and white. Yeah, there's some good ones in the leave it out. I'm gonna go with black and white, and then just really, now I can crank the dehaze all the way up. And I'm gonna silhouette the tree instead of trying to save the detail in the tree trunk. Because even if I could recover it, it just, let me silhouette the tree and then crank up the brightness here. Right. Right there. Okay. I think the clarity's jacking this up. Let me crank it up a little higher. I might have to back it off again. Yeah. Nah, it's okay. We'll leave it there. All right. Slight vignette, and I think I'm done. Oh, you know, I can add a little bit of split toning because there's just enough shadow and highlight that I can do that. So we'll pull slightly down this way, slightly up right about here. All right. I think that's my final edit. So yeah, going vertical kind of gives the tree some scale, and black and white gets rid of those kind of mundane colors, and then allows me to almost silhouette the tree. Because even if I could save the tree, the shadow area here, there's no colors or enough detail in it anyway. So just doing this kind of silhouette look, I think worked better. The split toning's okay. I'm not crazy about the split toning I did. Maybe just a straight on black and white, but that I think yeah, I'm not crazy about this split tone, but yeah, all right, there we go. Good enough. Really nice shot. But I would actually point the camera up just slightly and then de-skew it in post to get the whole tree in. Let's see, this is from Torin. Okay, Torin's here, right? Or he was in the last stream. Let's see, this is another interesting exposure. F9, ISO 200, EM10 Mark II, half a second. And using an adapted lens of some kind at 17 millimeters. Well, no. I just don't know what lens this is. It just says 17 at f9. So I would have shot this like at f5.6 and at least got a quarter-second shot or something faster, because man, this is a tough shot at a half a second, and it's very, very gritty. Like, it's already been edited a little bit, I think. So I'm gonna go, because it's too gritty, this kind of scene definitely needs a soft focus. Okay, Rick, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, get some rest, Rick. We'll catch up with you when you're feeling better. Okay? No need to rush. I'll be here. We'll all be here. So I'm gonna go soft focus and let's see. I should have color control with a TIFF. Let's crank up this. Oh, no, not hue. Let's crank up the saturation on these magentas and purples. And the oranges and reds. What is this color? This is, I guess, in the yellows? Yeah, there we go. It looked orange to me, but it's yellow. Just crank everything up on that side. I think compositionally we're fine. I don't need to change anything other than a slight tilt. And let's work with the tone curve. Let me try auto. Let me try gradation first. What is this here? Oh, that's a stick. I thought maybe it's a squirrel or something running right here. From a distance, it kind of looks like that. Nah, let's back that off a little. Okay, that's fine, but I'm gonna pull it back into, I don't know if the haze and clarity. Pull the blacks in. That's the blue channel. Right about there. And tiny bit more magenta, tiny bit less yellow. Perfect. All right, so before and after. So yeah, I think I'd like to brush this thing out though. There. Final edit. Final answer. Yeah, that looks good now, I think. Maybe just a tiny bit. I mean, there's so much grit in this image. Just a tiny bit more here in the soft focus effect. I mean, I don't want to make it too surreal, but yeah, there we go. Now I'm done. Okay. Nice shot there, Torin. Good job. Good composition. Really good. Didn't have to crop at all. Just a slight straighten. And could be a watercolor painting. No, watercolor would look terrible on this because of the blacks. I mean, the art filter for watercolor because of all the blacks up here. But other than that, I think only thing is this image could be just a tad brighter. Yeah, like that. All right. Remind you of light bleed. That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Now we're done. I think that gives the right feeling of the mood, and just brushing this one little thing out, and we're done. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Wow, we're moving along pretty good today. How many we got left? 4. And then I mean what you have done in edit not to use the filter. Yes. Yeah, it looks, I guess, yeah, kind of watercolory. Wow, look at this. I feel like, let me look at this full screen. Um, I'm not sure compositionally what I would do here. I would have waited for this ship or this one to be alone because as a pair, I don't think they go together too well. I'm sure you got some shots of these ships by themselves because they don't move very fast from this distance, right? So let's just try a wide first. Right about there. And a slight tilt. Like that. And I think I'm gonna go black and white, but yeah. I don't know. Let me try. Let me see if I can pull enough color in. No. I'm never going to get the colors right based on this pop art, so I'm going to go monotone with a, let's do a red filter to bring out that ship in the front. Hopefully it'll bring this out. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want. All right. Now, let's go halfway on the clarity. Let's go really strong here. What's the EXIF data, by the way? The original EM5 with a 75 to 300 at 300 millimeters, ISO 200 f8. Yeah, that's as good as you're going to get out of this lens. Let's put the sharpness back in. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to work on this a little bit. And now, let me see. This green, I can't do nothing about the greens. Let me try a little more clarity. Hopefully that won't jack it up too much. Yeah, that didn't help a lot, but let's try. The greens are in there. God, everything is right. See how this big spike in the histogram? Everything is in one tone. So this is going to be a tough one. So let me put a pin in the middle of all the main tones and see if I can play with everything around it. All right. All right, Lauren, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming in. Always good to always good to see you, Lauren. I appreciate it. A little bit too harsh on the shadows here. I guess that's about it. Let me pull the clarity back because it's creating too much grain. And then I'm going to try something new here. I'm going to work with the unsharp mask here to see if I can work with some of the tones. Because, you know, sharpening is really just a form of contrast, right? Let me try radius of 2. Yeah, that's helping. Radius of 3. That might be too much. And let's go to a 50 here on levels. Back to the tone curve. Man, this thing needs a lot of tweaking. Because the colors were so soft. I mean, the contrast was so low on this image. It's tough bringing the contrast back in. All right, I think that's it. Oh, the noise, the sharpening filter really added this grain. I didn't want that much grain. Let's go back to two pixels. I might have to crank a noise filter in, but let me see if that cleaned up some of the grain. .5 maybe? Is it even the unsharp mask? Let me turn this off. Let me see. Yeah, the unsharp mask is not doing it. It's this, probably this one. Dang it. I think the way I had it before was fine. Alright, we'll just leave it. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's let that render. We'll do a before and after. I mean, the main thing with this image was just getting rid of this foreground and background and just sticking with the two ships, really, against this mountain. But I think that's a much more interesting picture now, without the distractions of like all the sky and foreground. And the black and white, I had to go black and white because the colors were so muted, and trying to bring the colors back in just made it worse. So black and white, but then the contrast is so low, there's not a lot of tones to work with either. But I think that came out okay. I think that came out okay. Now it looks like an old picture, like not even a digital picture, but like it was actually taken with black and white film because of the grain. But okay, let's move on. Nice shot. Wow, look at this. This is another amazing image here. This is from Sam. EM1 Mark II with a 60 macro. Man, that 60 millimeter macro. Every time I get an image with a 60 millimeter macro, I'm like always impressed with the contrast and the color and everything in the image. It's just amazing. God, I need to consider this lens. All right. Perfect exposure settings too. f6.3, ISO 200, 1/60th, ISO 2. Yeah, everything is good. The thing is, I don't like it being diagonal. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do a square crop. And just not that one, dang it, this one. This one, no. Soft. Yeah, maybe we'll go soft again. And then warm it up. Eesh. That doesn't look good warm. Back it off a little bit. What if I try just this? Hmm. All right. Yeah, it's too sharp. I'm putting a soft filter on it because of the scene, not because the lens was too sharp. God, Bob, I can't help it. I know you guys work really hard to get things in focus, but some scenes just need to be softer, you know? They don't need to be razor sharp and cut your eyes out. You want to look at it and kind of relax, not like, you know, cut your eyes. At least for me. I'll add some sharpness back in there. um, let me try white vignette. Nah, that looks like crap. Just a little bit of a vignette. And it really needs to be warmer or something. Something about the color here is not right. It's just the lighting is a little bit flat. That's my problem. Just a tiny bit on each one of these. All right, let's look at before and after. Pay that bit extra for low vignette lenses, yeah. Put it back in post, always. That's what I mean. I mean, they modern lenses are so technically perfect. They're almost too perfect. Too sharp, too little defects. That's why, you know, vintage lenses, when you adapt them, they have that character because they're imperfect. And now when I look at images, I feel like I have to bring some of that imperfection back, you know? Uh, but this is kind of, I need a little more space on the left. So I have to crop in, come over. And that's my final edit. Needs to render. There. If you could even tell, but that would be where I would go with this one. Versus, you know, this angle, I don't think this angle works. I need it to be vertical. Even more vertical than it is now, actually. But there's still detail. You know, if I punch in, I mean, is this really any sharper than this? I mean, not really. Soft filters, they don't take away sharpness so much as they just add a little bit of a glow, right, to the image. So that's why I don't hesitate to use a soft filter, because it's not taking sharpness away. It's just adding a little bit of a glow, really. But okay. Oh, look at this. John, I love birds. Good detail in here too. I think, let me check the EXIF here. Yeah, I thought the ISO was a little high. But EM1 Mark III, 300 f4 with a 1.4 tele converter. This is why people pay the big bucks for a lens like this, because you can see every little feather, you know, in here. And this is at ISO 3200, and you're still getting this kind of detail. I mean, this lens is amazing. So I'm just going to crop a little bit here, and that's it. Let's do a square crop. And no, 4x3 was right. We just have to come in. Take a little headroom off the top. Yeah, there we go. And let's throw the sharpness back in. Let's crank up the saturation a lot. And we'll just pull it back a little bit here. And now let's make sure the noise is okay once that renders. Okay. Let me try fix the gradation, and then we will pull it back in with the tone curve. Right in here. Okay. Now, what did I need to do something about this noise up here. Let me turn off the sharpness and see what happens. I might have to yeah, it's not the sharpness that's doing it. It's just noise from being at ISO 3200. So, yeah, maybe I'll brush out the hook, Christian. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, the chat filter's useless, right? Yeah. I don't think I can do anything about this noise. I mean, I don't want to put a noise filter on because that might get rid of some of the detail in the feathers. But let's try it. It's okay. All right. I need to warm it up a little bit. Let's try 6000K. And it's a tad more magenta. And yeah, they are. I forget which titmouse, right? These are titmouse birds. Maybe not that particular one, but I was reading an article about the titmouse birds, and it was hard to read without laughing out loud. Yeah, I shouldn't have warmed it up. Let's just do 5500K. And so it's a cold tit and a blue tit. Okay, good to know. I don't think there's any hope of brushing this thing out with Workspace, but I'm gonna give it a quick shot. I start here with a ton of blur. A little bit larger. Okay, a little bit larger brush. A little bit less blur. Man, it's like a... Well, you'll have to use a decent software to brush that part out. But that'll give you a feel for at least a little bit. How much better it'll look if you brush that out. I need that. All right, I'm not going to mess with this brush too much more. It's just too hard in Workspace. But all right, let's do it before and after. And there we go. Yeah, it'd be really easy to brush out that stuff in another software, or if I get a little more practice with Workspace, maybe I could do a better job, but that's brushed out enough that it's almost not noticeable that there was a hook there. And then of course the pop art filter, pull back to saturation. You know, to add a ton of saturation, then pull it back manually later. Slight adjustments on the tone curve and sharpness, blah blah. And I think that looks pretty good now. I would be happy with that. And still good detail in the shot here, I think. Because it's just an amazing lens. Whew, man, okay. It's too bad you had to shoot at ISO 3200 though, man. My God. 1/500th of a second. Yeah, you didn't have much choice. 3200 or bust. Okay, let's see what we got here. Last one. Wow. Oh, nice framing here. Who's this from? This is from Jose. We just need a little bit of a tilt. Black and white soft focus. So what do we got? EM1 with a 50 to 200 f2.9, ISO 200, 1/1000th at 92 millimeters. Okay, good exposure. Can't ask for more than that, right? Let's go square crop and tilt it. Dang it. Wait. Workspace made a mistake. Hold on. There. Now the question is, do we keep... Yeah, we got too much headroom. So I would crop it right about there. Oh, I knew it. I knew this image is messing me up here. I might have to close and reopen. Yeah, let me close this and reopen. Max Headroom. If you watch the movie, they show you how he got his name, which was really interesting. There was a movie, Max Headroom. All right, let's try this again. Good. Now if it doesn't crash or all right. Something about this image. Sometimes an image itself will cause Workspace to crash. So this is an original EM1 Mark 1. I don't know if it's based on camera and file format. I don't know what's causing it, but let's go monotone. No, because the let me look at the is it gonna do monotone or not? I don't think there's anything up here that interesting. I can try it. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'll work with this. It's okay. I just thought there was too much headroom. I like the square crop better, but it doesn't matter. This is not letting me edit anymore. So give me a second. Let me just pull it up in Lightroom. Ooh, my eyes are tired. I've been at it since 6 o'clock this morning. All right. Let's see. Add a folder. Select. Import. I'm importing this folder in Lightroom, so it'll just take a second. Oh, let me turn off this filter. Okay, so none of the edits that I did are gonna show here, but where's that where was that image at? Oh, there's the Theta Z1 image. There it is. So let me straighten it out a little bit. Like so. Let's do the vertical crop. That I forget who was suggesting that, but we'll do a vertical. And oh, I don't have any of my Olympus filters, so I'm gonna have to do this manually. I don't think there's any. Nah, I've never used them over here. That's not bad. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, forget it. I can't use their filters. So, let me straighten it out again. 4x3. Get rid of this side. All right. I might have cropped it up, tilted it a bit too much. All right. And let's do black and white. Throw in some haze. Pull in the blacks. And darken the greens and the yellows. Okay. Some vignette. Feather that. Bring the midpoint in. Pull the highlights back. And let's do soft focus, which is basically less clarity, less texture. And brighten this back up a little. Okay. Not ideal. I really like Workspace better when I'm working with Olympus images, but more. The bottle is distracting. What bottle? I don't see a bottle in this. But okay, let me see. And then to compare, we do this. And that's kind of, let me do full screen. Oh man, you guys can't see anything. Sorry, hold on. Holy crap. Which button is it? You guys didn't see anything I did on that whole edit. I was wondering, what bottle are you talking about? You're talking about my water bottle. You guys were just looking at me jibber jabbering and not seeing all the edits I was doing. But there's the final edit. I'm sorry you didn't get to see me work on that. I was kind of proud of all the little changes I made here on the side here. You know, these little tweaks I did everywhere, and you guys missed all of that. But anyhow, that's my final answer right there. Give you a full screen. I think that works. I think a square crop would have been better. Let me do a square crop. Something like this, in my opinion, is a little nicer. But okay. Sorry you guys didn't, but you get the idea, right? Crush the shadows, bring up the highlights, and soften it a little bit. Yada yada yada. All right, let's look at the viewer edits. Where's my I gotta go to tab, no, E. Yeah, here we go. Let's see the viewer edits here. All right, so where's the original? The original image, it was a raw image. This is the original image, right? So I took this using that little $65 fisheye lens that I recommended like a year or two ago. And you can see I'm sitting here in the car, and no, there's no Fibonacci grid on. they do have that sort of rule of thirds, but it's not rule of thirds. It's more a Fibonacci alternative that works. But rule of thirds is close to a Fibonacci. It's just a simplified version of it. But there's another one in the camera that's closer to a Fibonacci that looks like rule of thirds, but it's not. The lines are a little bit closer together in the middle. That's the one you want to use if your camera has that. Not all cameras have that option. But anyway, here's the option. And this house was literally not even, I'd say, 3 or 4 meters away from me, right? In terms of distance from my car to this house. So it's really close quarters. But let's go ahead and see what you guys did here. All right, good. Good job on fixing the distortion and then a nice soft edit. Let's see. Do we have any data on who did this? This is from Music Sound Gear. Okay. Good job. It's still crooked. Well, the house is crooked everywhere, right? So it's hard to straighten. Yeah, that's why it looks weird, Roman. The rule of thirds is that this must be Serge. Who is? Yeah, this is Serge. I'm starting to recognize people, you know, who edit my images now. We all have our own style, right? Okay, a little bit off center, but I guess that's okay. And it's dark. It's really dark, but it's very gritty, which I like. I like how it's gritty. This is cool. It's got a little bit of color in the windows. Who did this? Jonas? Oh, and he did a composite of me in the window. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's pretty cool. Any other? Because at first I said I can see a little color here, but what is it? And now I see. That's funny. That's a great edit though. I like that. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, you added the light. Was the light on? Let me see. And it's a mirror image. ProRace sent this. See, this is weird. Yeah, this is a mirror image, or no. Jonas has a mirror image. And then this is the correct image. Nice try, ProRace. I see what you're trying to do is give it a nice kind of Twilight look to it, but it didn't quite make it, I think. I think you would have had to make the entire image a little bit cooler. I like how you got this lamp to look naturally bright, though. This looks like it's actually on. Because you got it spilling onto the grass a little bit. And this did a really good job. This part of it. I like this part. But the rest of it just quite didn't get that look I think you were trying to go for, a Twilight look. Let's see what okay, so this caveman, who's this? Has got to be Bob, right? Yeah, you can see me taking a picture. There's virtually no lens, right? This is a fisheye lens, so it's completely flat. A little tiny fisheye lens. Okay. How come the screen is weird? Let's see. You guys are... What I'm seeing on my screen looks different than I think what you guys are seeing, but... Wow, even the corner is still relatively sharp, and that's all the way in the corner of this lens. That's surprising. But I kind of like it. I like this. Okay, this one's okay. Who did this one? This is from Ian. Okay, Ian, it's okay. Just a crop, but you didn't do anything on the distortion, which was kind of the challenge with this image, right? I really wanted to challenge you guys to fix the distortion. And it's a little bit warm in the skies. It's okay. This needs a lot more work. Let's see. This is a good edit. But people keep flipping them on me backwards and forwards. I don't even know which way was the correct way anymore. This is like another mirror image again. This is a good edit too. Who's this from? From, doesn't say. Just says MM. Maybe Marsha or Mike. I don't know. I like this though. Nice muted colors. Oh, look at that. This is, I like this. Oh, excuse me. How you made the front. I like this leading up here in the front here a lot. You really made it look like there was some distance from the house and from me, the car. This is from Neo. Yeah, good job, Neo. You took the challenge and ran with it. Yeah, you cropped a lot, Bob, like on your image. That was a heck of a crop. I like this one though. Always good framing too. But I like how you gave this some depth to the photo with the foreground here, Neo. That's pretty impressive. This is, oh, Bob. Come on, Bob. Now I see what you're doing. I thought that other one was from you. So you just took a fisheye and just made it more fisheye. So almost tiny planet, like a 360 image. All right. I can go with that. Excuse me, it almost looks like you're on top of the image instead of looking at it from ground level like I actually was. So it gives a very different perspective. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, interesting edit from Hugh Perry. Another composite. But you guys really need to work on your deskewing if you were trying to. If you're trying to correct fisheye, this is a good image to practice on. Because there's still fisheye distortion here. But this is a good job on the composite. You did brush me out pretty well. All right. Let's see. Oh, that was the last one. Let me see if I can find my edit. Does this tell me when it was taken? Date, August 27, 2019. All right, so let me go. Let me go August 27, 2019. And let's see. Where's my edit? Raw, digital negative, no. Raw. It was a Pixco 8mm. Here's my edit. Or was it this one? This one. So this is, man, you guys aren't seeing the full screen. Let me see if I can fix this. Second. Monitor 2. Reset. Why? Well, anyway, you can see the full edit here. I just wish I could full screen it for you. Maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's my bad. Here's the full screen. Yeah, you guys are seeing it full screen. Sorry, what I was seeing. So yeah, I fish-eyed the hell, I unfish-eyed it, you know, the hell out of it, basically, and then added a little bit of sepia just for Lauren, and really wide, right? But okay. Man, thanks everybody sending those in. Oh, these are some other shots from that day, but yeah. Wow. Let me see if I hit this button. Does nothing. There we go. Now you're seeing everything. I can't believe you guys were watching me edit without seeing the edits I was doing on that last image. You were just seeing this. Normally the desk isn't this messy. Well, that's a lie. I've only had this desk for 1 or 2 days. But man, thanks everybody for sending in all your images. It's always a lot of fun editing and seeing what you guys go out and shoot and places you go. It's always a lot of fun to see what you guys have been up to, or you know, places you've been. It's fun for me editing. I'm starting to get a little better in terms of knowing how I edit, you know, and hopefully you guys can get a feel for workspace and things you can do in that. And I will be back on Tuesday morning. I may have to cut it short Tuesday morning. I have some personal things to do Tuesday, which I'll maybe talk about later. I mean, it's just life, you know. Nothing bad for me personally, but just life happens, right? So, but I'll be back Tuesday either way, just maybe not that long. And yeah, it's time to eat, right? Let's go have lunch or something. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks again for coming in, and I'll put another picture up for you guys.